It's not always fun and games for first responders.
05 Central, you show me in pursuit.
But sometimes it is.
Oh my God, he's not wearing pants again.
Sometimes it's dangerous.
Flipping around, look out, look out, look out.
Sometimes it's not.
Antler Boulevard for a snake in a house.
And sometimes it's just plain stupid.
Chihuahua in his lap on a lawnmower.
This is the stupid side of first response.
Dispatch, do I really have to go to that?
This is Code 0.5.
Come in 0.5.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be part 2, and it's not going to be the defense. This might be some Renniks retribution.
Oh.
Yeah. And, you know, I got to listening to our intro, and it's talking about, it. You know, one of us is saying, is he not wearing pants again? Which brings me to my question of, what's with the block of cheese and you sitting in your underwear?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Do you really do that?
No, I don't. Rich just he
Because
likes
I was
to
going to
talk
ask
crap
him,
when he
is it
can.
like sharp cheddar or is it, you know, I'm more of a medium. Is it pepper jack? What kind of cheese you munching on when you're
Velveeta?
tidy whities?
It's Velveeta.
Could you imagine just taking a bite out of a Velveeta block?
What's
of cheese?
that like?
I don't know.
Well, he told us that you walk around with the cup full of queso drinking it.
Yeah.
No, he said
That was-
that it would be funny if I did.
That was one time.
So you're not sitting on the couch eating a block of cheese?
No.
That's
Who does that?
You.
You,
No,
apparently.
not me.
Come on now. The listeners want to know.
Maybe hot Cheetos, but not
They
a
want to
block
know
of cheese.
what is a Renniks.
A Renniks definition of a Renniks
So
is
didn't you look
taking
this up?
weight loss medication. Only to start taking SARMs, which helps you gain muscle. So he's battling himself right now internally.
Internal conflict.
It's like a continuous conflict.
So he's just all over the place. He's
Oh,
losing
he's-
and putting it back on. Losing.
Yeah.
I'm losing fat, but I'm gaining muscle at the same time.
That we think that's how it's working. I was talking to the other guy we were working out with because he's taking them too, and he's like, "Did you read about these? This says for like experiment use only." I'm like, "Well, Renniks is taking the one stuff, and he's taking this, so I figure if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen to him. I think we're safe, so we should be all right."
I don't think you have anything to worry about anyway. Just look in the back seat of his unit.
I know.
So, and that's the other thing too is everybody's got to listen to the podcast and like the Facebook page so that we can get the video out of his other shenanigan.
Yeah, and that was before he got into this whole cheese phase.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna-
Once I got a hold of that and started giving him crap, he switched from that to cheese.
Yeah, and this video that we have is freaking great because the thing that he had in that I didn't even know existed.
Oh yeah, he was he's all about it.
Because it was a not only when it happened a what the F moment, it was also a dang, I didn't know they had that.
Yeah.
Was not a fan.
So what's the rest of the defense?
Well,
Or is there any?
If you can call it that.
I'd like to say I got most of the defense out of the way. I was listening to some of the podcasts this morning, trying to go over all my notes and everything, make sure I had everything, and then I remembered about the whole DOC thing, and I didn't have that one written down. So I'm sure there's going to be more that comes to mind. But there was one. Now that I think about it, there was a podcast where y'all were talking about how I bought these like 10 barbecue burritos and brought them to the PD.
Yeah.
And you thought I was going to eat them all.
Yes.
I was like, no, that's not how this works. I bought it for everybody so like we could all split it. Lo and behold, the other day, Rich just disappears out of the blue. Like, I don't know where he went.
Oh, you knew where I went because you followed me around.
Well,
You saw, like, I was sitting and you, like, come pulling up. And you
Yeah.
sat beside me for probably 10 minutes. And I had my window up and your passenger window down. And you just sat there.
so
Just sat
anyways, what happened, he sat there and he told me that, you know, he was over by the softball field and he had just finished downing six barbecue burritos by himself. I'm like, dude, that is not healthy.
You're going to give me a talk on what's healthy.
I was like, golly, man. Like, how does one of your size eat 6 barbecue burritos?
How does one of my size eat a whole pizza and a whole tub of potato salad? SARMs, my guy. It's the only thing I can figure.
Now, the day you brought in the 10 burritos, you didn't eat maybe 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that crap y'all are taking really increased your appetite that
Dude,
bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I still ate dinner.
God dang.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it was like 6 eggs. 6 eggs and like 3 sausage patties and I think there were some pancakes thrown in there.
God.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just mowing it down. So I had last night for dinner I had like 3 chicken sandwiches.
After
A
this,
freaking
I don't want to
potato
hear
salad.
a single thing about my
And,
bad eating habits
a whole
again.
thing of onion rings. But dude,
The truth is coming out.
I don't. She just
Never
probably
wanna
just
hear it again.
Looks at me and just glares like, "What's wrong with you? I don't even know who you are."
Everything's coming to light.
I guess.
He might have brought the 10 burritos, but he damn sure didn't eat 6 of them.
No. And it's like he was trying to hide when he was doing it, too.
No, I wasn't trying to hide.
Because he parked where I really think what it was
Didn't really
he
be bothered.
he parked on the back side of his house, but he parked close enough to where it would look like he was at home.
No.
But he was just parked there. And I was like, what is this man doing? And then he tells me he ate 6 barbecue burritos. And I go back to he asked me to get something out of his unit that night when we were working out. And I go into his unit and the bags are still there. There's all these empty taco sauce packets. And
You wanna talk? Okay.
Here we
So
go.
you wanna talk about
ripping on
my
him
one-
about Taco Bell and your
my one bag that contained 6 burritos. And
which those are
taco
small
sauce
bags. I don't know
packets.
how they fit 6 burritos in that bag.
They stacked them very neatly.
God.
Rose wants to make sure that the product quality is not lost to a squished burrito in the bag. Because then you got to open it up and you got to lick it off the package, and it's a whole thing. But anyway,
Lick it off the package.
I'm hungry.
For the longest, I'd never seen him eat before. I wondered.
Right.
Now I'm hearing all these stories where he won't stop.
It's the
man.
SARMs.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've had this. There's something about BLTs. I'm on this friggin' BLT kick,
Yeah.
and I can eat 6 of those.
I've
Just
worked side by
smash
side with
them
him
out.
for a little over a year now, and he almost never eats anything during the day.
Oh my God.
He doesn't even drink water.
Yeah, I do.
Now
There's
you do.
water in Monster.
No, that doesn't count. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I heard that. That day
Hang
he
on.
said something about how he drank water.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Who are you?
Yeah. He doesn't drink water.
Yeah, I think.
I've only ever before we started working out, I've only ever seen him drink water once, and I'm pretty sure he was sick. I'm pretty sure he thought he was dying.
I don't drink water because fish get it.
Yes.
I like where you're going with this, Renniks. It's more of a defense. He's letting the cat out of the bag about everything else that happens.
It's the first line. It says water,
Does it say
sugar,
Is it water
glucose.
or carbonated water?
Water is water. It's H2O. Skinner. Molecularly, it doesn't matter. It does the same thing. It's got orange juice in it, apple juice. Oh, this has guava in it.
And see, I told off on myself pulling a Renniks. Mm-hmm. And now the truth's coming out that Rich pulls a Renniks sometimes.
Oh, it's becoming
This
more and
doesn't-
more so on a daily basis.
As long as this doesn't have mango, we're good.
Oh, he did something to me here recently, and I called him Renniks Jr.
What the hell did I do? What, I didn't answer a text?
I can't remember
You
what
got to
it
get all
was.
verbally abusive with me?
Something happened, and I called you Renniks Jr., and you got pissed.
We'll have more coming up on Code 0.5.
If you're looking for a political podcast that goes beyond the headlines, check out the Beltway Briefing. I'm Howard Schweitzer, CEO of Cozen O'Connor Public Strategies. Every week on the Beltway Briefing, our team of former Republican and Democratic presidential appointees, Capitol Hill veterans, and political advocates shares behind-the-scenes perspective that cuts through the noise. If you want the inside scoop, subscribe now to the Beltway Briefing here or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm getting our studio audience is reminding me about Renniks's freaking what is it? You got it on there?
Yeah.
The workout stuff? Yeah. Yeah, so he thinks he's a whole ass G because he's benching this stuff. But I'm telling you, his arms are shorter. So he has less, you can push that much weight, but not very far. You
Like
know what
when
I mean?
your full extension on a bench is only like 8 inches. Where
Yeah.
The rest of us have to move it like
Exactly.
15.
You have to push it. He thinks he's a whole G. Like,
You're just mad.
the other night we were doing deadlifts, and we get to a point, and we're like, we got plates stacked, and I'm like, I don't know, man. That seems good right there. And he's like, nah, come on. We're going to throw some more 45s on here. And he goes to do it, and he went to go pick it up, and I heard this, and it was the sound of his fucking O-ring hitting the floor. I had to go out to the unit and get a putty knife to scrape that dude up and put it in a jar for him to take home. He's got an appointment with his primary care to get that sucker reattached.
Yeah, y'all were getting mad at me the first night we were doing maxes.
There's no need. Why do I need to lift 300 pounds once when I can lift?
No,
like
that was on the leg
150?
press.
But I'm saying,
Y'all were
what's the
getting
point?
so mad because I was sitting over there.
But what's the
Leg
point?
pressing it was first night.
Oh,
it was
he got
600
dropped. He gonna drop
Yeah,
numbers now.
100% gonna drop the number.
Yeah,
You only leg pressed 320.
because I'm not trying to hurt myself. I'm 38 years old. I don't move. I sit behind a desk. I do paperwork.
While I'm sitting over here leg pressing,
Sitting all the time.
630 pounds.
Yeah, 630 pounds. What is that? What good is that going to do you? Honestly, what is that going to do when you can't get over a fence, but you could leg press it?
Yeah.
So you're just going to like get down on the ground and push it up out of the ground so you can get over it?
Remember the time about the double fist and the flashlights?
Oh yeah, he's got that.
Oh God.
And your
Double
crap.
fisting is his specialty.
your major was out there looking. And he's like, "Hey, are you coming? Whatever happened with that? Did you ever go over the fence?"
No
Yeah, I did.
cap.
It took me a minute, but I got over the fence
Yeah, ripped your pants.
because the major, he was like, he climbed over the fence. We were on a manhunt. He climbed over this barbed wire fence, and I'm sitting there standing at the fence. I'm like, I don't know that I can get over this.
It's only a 4 foot tall fence.
About 2-3 minutes later, the major looks back at me. He's like, "Are you coming?" I was like, yeah. Give me a second."
No, he said you were out. Are we sure he even went this way? Like, if I was a criminal, I wouldn't do all this fence jumping. I would go straight. Like, I would go down the fence line.
Look, I was just
away.
following him. He's the man tracker, okay?
Yeah. He knows what he's doing. You're just going to leave him out there. You left him the same
He
way
had
you left
somebody else
me when
with
we
him,
got
too.
pepperballed.
He had somebody else. No, okay.
You left me.
I was going to die, okay?
What if I fell out?
I needed to catch my breath, and then
Bet.
if you had fallen out, I could have held my breath, gone back in, grabbed you, and drug
I guess you
out.
could, since you can deadlift freaking however much. You could use your freaking little brontosaurus legs to like
Yeah.
pull me out.
Uh-huh.
But apparently not now because I eat 6 barbecue burritos in a sitting.
Hey, he's got to stand out on the other side of the fence. That way, if you fall out, then he can tell React to come, and then he'll stand there and wave him down.
I'll show you where he's at.
Yeah, you just jump this fence, and he's right over there.
What's that,
You
Renniks?
don't know.
What's
maybe
that? Major got bludgeoned to death?
maybe I was sitting out there waiting for somebody to yell for help, like that one freaking
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
that one.
Oh, man. We were freaking
it
the
was
tornadoes.
right after the tornado, yeah.
The tornadoes came through, and we were out there, man. We were like checking on the people because there's a grow north of town, and so like there's all kinds of people out there. And we're pulled over. Everybody's like on the side of the road, and we're all grouped up. And they're like, "Have you gotten that house? And have you checked there? And have you checked there?" And we hear this, "Help, help!" And so we're all looking like, "Where's that coming from?" And we had a Tecumseh officer with us, man, and he's like, I mean, almost Superman, hands to the hips. He was like, "It's coming from there." And so we all start, I mean, immediately trying to move towards the fence. And we're like, well, me and him get over the fence. And Renniks is standing there, like, "I'm with you guys.
In spirit.
I'm with you guys in spirit. Let me know how it goes." We get over there. Dude, it was a freaking, what was it, an emu?
It was a peacock.
Oh, a peacock. Screaming, and it sounded like help. It sounded like a lady screaming for help, man. We were like killing ourselves to get over this thing.
It was even greater when the wildlife guy showed up.
Oh, yeah.
We told him, like, there's...
Go up the road, like, about, what is it, like a quarter of a mile?
Yeah.
Go a quarter mile up the road and kind of stop. There's a peacock up there that needs your assistance. He's like, F you guys. He goes, you know what? Y'all are getting all the cow calls now. He's like, I ain't helping you with nothing. Golly, though. But that's what we need to do is build a makeshift fence. We need to have CNO do a like a fence panel, and you can just practice getting over it. And then you can weight yourself down and get over it so you can get over it quicker.
If it's one of those like corral fences where it's all just like metal bars, I can get over those no problem.
No, because we did
it's
that.
The barbed wire.
We did that up there, and you were freaking looked like you were riding a bull because you were like legs started shaking.
It wasn't stable.
Yeah, I don't imagine. You're not exactly the like most ballerina type. Like, it was funny. I wish I still had that video.
They make bolt cutters that have short handle. Just cut the top.
Oh my God, he's gonna be cutting everything now.
Speaking of, we need to order some of those.
That's why we don't have a Halligan, because he'd be using it for everything. Be at night. Hey, Rich, I got this can of Wolf. I can't get open. Can I get the Halligan real quick? Like, shoot. Oh man.
And you still ain't heard from Wolf.
I'm still waiting on the dang email. But like I said, man, we had the one person, and they emailed, and they got like an email right back, and I haven't heard anything yet. So that could be good.
Yeah, they could be actually thinking about it.
It'd be awesome.
What else you got on your list?
So I listened to one where y'all were talking about when we recovered that stolen scale, and you put it in the back of your unit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was driving behind it.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about the time that we had to go get that tiller.
Oh, yeah.
And he was so worried he was going to blow his chili ring out.
Yeah.
Because he was standing in the back of my unit, holding on for dear life, holding on to this tiller.
This ain't no little tiller. This thing had the equivalent of a 350 engine with like splines on it.
Damn.
And we barely got it in the vehicle. And I'm like trying to hang on to it.
While trying to like hold on to brace himself on the unit somehow.
Yeah.
And so it looks like we're tweakers just driving around town with a stolen tiller.
We got to get us a little trailer or something. You know?
Y'all probably
really
drove by
do.
doing that, and Tweak was probably like, hey, that's a good idea.
I'm surprised he hadn't come up and asked if he can borrow our tiller.
He's asked to borrow everything else.
Oh, he ain't got nowhere else to go, man. Florida just got hit by that hurricane.
Oh, is that where he was talking
Yeah,
about?
so everything.
That's where he supposedly is from.
Yeah. So
What happened with his garage sale? Did he make any money on it?
I don't know. I don't think he did.
I haven't heard much about it.
Yeah, we didn't go by. He don't like us too much.
Speaking of Florida, being a man from Florida, how did you not turn out as one of those ones that are always on the news?
Because I don't.
Florida man does this or Florida man does that.
Yeah. We've got one of those. We need to post that to our page. Remember when you got caught up with the goldfish?
Yes.
No.
Yes. I got that somewhere.
I got it saved. I'm just saving that one for a special occasion.
So, like, there was a story I was reading today about a Florida man. And this is a while back. But he was sitting at a drive-thru in Taco Bell.
Imagine that.
And
Favorite place.
he passes out with his foot on the accelerator while it's in park. The car catches fire. And when the officers finally get to him and, he comes to, he hands the officers a taco instead of his ID. Like, how blitzed do you have to be to hand somebody a taco instead of your ID?
I've seen people hand some weird stuff especially when they get nervous. Hand you all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah. You got alcohol on board, and then you get nervous because you know you're caught.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Hell, I stopped a guy one time, and he come up there, and I don't know if he's trying to buddy with me or what, and he hands me one of those pre-rolls.
Oh, yeah?
And he's like, hey, so-and-so down at wherever he was at gave me this because he asked if I needed to, like, chill out or something. He goes, I didn't know what it was, and then I opened it, and it stinks, and I think this is weed. I grabbed it and looked at it, and I was like, yeah, this is weed. And he goes, well, what can I do with it? And I was like, well, if I were you, I would throw it away. And he goes, well, can you do that for me? It's like, yeah, I'll throw away your rollie for you or what. And then it makes me wonder, okay, this dude get busted and he's handing it to me and he's got a damn good story.
Guilty conscience.
Or did it really happen?
It's probably guilty conscience.
That's what I'd go with. So, another one we were talking about. Y'all were talking about your first calls and everything.
Yeah.
There's this one call that Rich sent me on. We were working a football game, and we get a call from dispatch about this lady that supposedly was finding stolen property at, I think it was either like an auction or a pawn shop or something. Well, Rich decides to send me on it. Didn't give me any kind of information about her. So I get to the house.
Oh, yeah. This is like that house that you know that it's going to be. Remember we were talking about?
Oh, yeah.
But you know it's going to be that house?
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
It was one of those.
He didn't tell me. He didn't prelude anything about it. So I'm going out there and I'm talking to her, and my first thought was, this woman's crazy. Like, what is she on? Like, and I'm sitting there just talking to her. She's like, yeah, I went and bought this stuff, and this is all my stuff that was stolen from me. I was like, oh, when was it stolen? Well, I don't know. Okay. Is there anything else there where you just bought this stuff from that's yours that's stolen? Well, yeah. Okay. Do you have any of the serial numbers? Well, no. Okay. Well, then she goes on to this tirade about, it's this person and that's stealing all of her stuff. And then she goes on to, well, they're standing in the bushes right across the street, just watching me right now. I was like, oh, this is one of those.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, let me do some digging and I'll get back with you.
She didn't happen to mention the people watching her had super soakers the size of shop vacs.
No, she didn't mention it that time.
Yeah, because those same people that were stealing from her were also shooting and spraying her donkeys with water with super soakers the size of shop vacs.
So I get back.
Okay.
She also
there.
She also had people under her house. It was about 18 inches under her house, and they were running along and banging on the floor. And I was like, I am not getting under there. She's like, they're under there. They're hiding. I was like, well, then they can have whatever they want under there because I'm not going.
So I get back to the football game, and I go up to Rich. I was like, you mother... He was like, what? I was like, you didn't tell me that Molly was crazy. He was like, oh, well, I had to send you out there and show you have you find out on your own.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's just wrong. Like, why would you do that?
Because
he's sitting here cracking up and laughing the whole time I'm telling him all this.
And right after he left, he was probably laughing.
Because there was a good 20 minutes of him probably, trying to sift through everything and wait, you what? And then, what? You know what I mean? Trying to put everything together to realize that, yeah, she's out of her mind.
Uh-huh.
Like porch turtle out of her mind?
Nah.
Or worse.
Worse, I would say worse. Because she's called in several times. Said that, she's seen footprints and, people are removing her donkeys and taking them down the road. And then they're bringing them back. It's weird. It's weird stuff that's got going on with her.
Oh. Before I forget. Did you know, I know you knew about it. Tweak. Do you know that he used to have a smart car?
Oh.
Yeah.
I've heard stories about it.
So me and this other reserve, we'd pulled over this smart car one night. I don't remember what it was for. But
probably something
we get up
petty.
there and Tweak is sitting in the passenger seat. And I'm like, there's no way this dude fits in this smart car. He's 6'5", 6'6", and this little itty bitty thing. Like it's hard for me to squeeze in there.
It's hard for you to squeeze in anywhere.
Hey. But yeah, he owned a freaking smart car. I was like, and those things only have like a top speed of 60 miles an hour. And I guess.
But when you smoke that much shit, I mean, and you're going 60, it probably seems like a lot faster than what it is.
Yeah.
Didn't he tell you that somebody stole like the smart out of his car or something?
Yeah. They took the.
Why did they take the computer out? Like
Yeah,
the display screen? And
Yeah, it was like a big old like iPad thing, like 18 inches by like maybe 10 or something. Big old touchscreen thing, and there's just a hole where this thing used to be, and he was pushing it like that. He used to have a motorcycle, and his motorcycle would break down like everywhere. Well, it wouldn't break down. He'd just run out of gas, and he'd leave it on the side of the road, and then we'd get calls about a motorcycle laying down on the side of the road. They think somebody was, 10-7 off in a tree. Come to find out it's him. Oh, that fool. Yeah. Oh, same thing. Motorcycle ran out of gas. And so I get a call. It's like midnight. There's like somebody is out by the care facility, and they're walking along the road back and forth. Suspicious activity. So I get over there and there's nothing. Well, I go home, get everything off, lay back down. At about that time, I get a freaking call again. Somebody up at the gas station now. I'm like, God almighty. So get up, get back dressed, and I go and I realize it's him. And he's like, I was like, what are you doing? You're not even supposed to be on this property. And he's like, well, I need to get some gas, man. My gas ran out in my bike. And I was like, okay, we'll get it. And he's like, well, do you have a credit card I can use? And I'll give you a 20 if you let me get. I was like, I'm not a fucking bank, bro. Like, no, I don't.
Wasn't that the same night that he was holding like a $5 bill out there in the air?
Yeah, holding a $5 bill out, and people were calling on him. He's just standing on the road with a $5 bill, just waving it at cars.
Was he wanting somebody to go get gas for him because he'd been
supposedly he'd stolen like
everywhere?
a candy bar or something from the gas station?
Oh yeah,
and he was wanting to use that $5 to pay them back for the candy bar.
Yeah,
restitution.
Yeah.
I was wondering how the hell he would get gas. Well, never mind anything because he can't go anywhere.
No, he gets his. I guess he doesn't drive a lot, so his old lady's the one that primarily drives everything, or he rides with people.
We need to get the stories as to why he's trespassed from each place.
Oh,
because hopefully it's not all because he makes people feel uncomfortable and he's weird and stuff. But
the Dollar General one's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, I told you the Dollar General one, right?
Yeah, wasn't he?
The rollie
on the
Yeah.
That's I don't do. Will you go down there and tell her that I do not do crack? I smoke methamphetamine. I do not do crack.
Yeah. So which is worse, being a crackhead or eating Air Biscuits?
Oh, he's a biscuit eating fool. This freaking guy.
So Renniks, we're on your tell-all, man. What else you got? Because all we've been hearing about is I need to defend myself. This isn't right.
Well, like I said, I think I got most of it out in that first episode, but I'm still trying to think of more.
You had all week to prepare.
I know.
And here we are, and you're always.
Well, this ain't going to be the last time we have you on. We'll get you on some more. Especially once you get around the block a few more times. And
shoot.
Yeah.
He'd have to leave the house for that, though. Side-eye me, I did my time. Been out here in the trenches.
Well, all right.
Deep in some barbecue burritos.
All right, we can get out of here on this one. You guys got to hear the Renniks defense and some of his offense and trying to redeem himself, but we'll get him on here again. In the meantime, don't forget, visit us on Facebook. Leave us a follow or a like or whatever, so we can hit our goal and get the Renniks info out there for everybody to see. But you guys got to hear it. You got to hear from the legendary Renniks himself. We appreciate you guys coming out and
Yep.
listening.
Thanks.
Sir.
You've been listening to Code 0.5, the lighter side of police work. If you have ideas or suggestions for our show, we'd love to hear from you. Visit our website at code05.co. That's code05.co. And please consider making a donation at our Patreon page, patreon.com/code05. Be sure to use the digits 05. Thanks for listening to Code 0.5.